we know what we know.
Yeah.
And we know what we don't know.
Yeah.
But there's also things that we don't know what we know.
Exactly.
And we don't know what we don't know.
Because you're lost, I'm lost.
I grew really fast
Yeah.
on TikTok.
Right.
Comparing to my Instagram
Instagram.
in 2010.
2010 and 2021, you were around
7,000.
Okay.
I use TikTok.
Yeah.
I managed to get 10,000 followers in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
I got a fun fact. In 2021,
Yeah.
in Malaysia,
Yeah.
actually, they don't really like TikTok. It's a place that people only dance.
Okay.
You can do business over
Business,
there.
yeah.
You can educate people. One of the things that I noticed in Instagram, they haven't have reels yet.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is why I think TikTok is doing well. If you want to grow on a platform, just focus on one platform.
Yeah.
If you have just started, you need to focus on just keep being consistent.
Right.
I have made 5-figure sales just by selling chocolates.
Oh, then how one can be consistent?
You can't adjust or control the algorithms,
Yes.
the views.
Yes.
Remember that when you have just started, focus to improve,
Right.
not focusing to grow.
Yeah.
You need to find a mentor. You need to
Yes.
find someone that have results. So first, always go for quantity. You just started, you can just go to hard level. No. So if you're a beginner, I would say that for a week, maybe you should just at least post 3 contents. You're intermediate level, you can post it 5 times per week.
Oh, wait. His name is Carol.
Carol Aming.
Amin.
Yeah, we call it KA. KA. Carol Aming videos.
Oh, yeah,
before.
yeah.
He made a series of videos. He went to New Zealand. I need to get there because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak is definitely our signature food.
Right.
And you will know what Malaysian truly are.
Right. Yeah. That's amazing. Well said. Thank you so
When you
much.
visit Malaysia, make sure you call me, okay?
Oh, definitely. And when you next time coming to New Zealand, I'm always here for you. You
Alright.
don't really have to worry about staying anywhere else. Just come and see.
I get a free stay, huh?
Yeah, I need to blast my YouTube and I got like 100,000.
100,000 subscribers. I wish. Really, let's see.
Alright.
In 2028, he will have 100,000 subscribers.
I'm getting the tickets to New Zealand.
That's the promise, huh?
Yeah, of course. Okay.
Awesome. Alright, nice.
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Faiz here and today I have a very interesting guest, Bro Safwan from interesting journey. He is someone who grew from 0 to 100k organically without doing any paid advertisements on TikTok, and he is one of the most successful TikTokers in Malaysia. So today he's going to share all the knowledge and how to grow on social media. It can be TikTok, it can be Instagram, it can be YouTube or any other platform. So if you're someone who is looking to grow on social media, be a social media influencer, make sure you watch the video till the end and you will get all the information you need to grow in your own journey. Bro Safwan, welcome to my podcast. Thank you so much
Thanks
for making so much of time.
I flew from Malaysia to New Zealand just for this.
He flew from Malaysia here just to do the podcast, but he had a hidden agenda of traveling. So don't say that to anyone, alright? He's on his vacation, and let me tell you guys, TikTok can take you for a vacation to New Zealand.
Yes.
Alright? So if you are an influencer, this is your motivation to keep persistent. So let's begin with asking you some questions What's your background? How did you got yourself introduced to social media influencing?
Alright.
What have you studied and why you chose to be a social media influencer?
Okay. That's quite a good question because I actually started on my social media, especially on TikTok, because I was doing a business.
Yeah.
So back in 2020, if you remember, we had COVID, right? So in Malaysia, we have lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was working back that time.
Yeah.
And I was one of the person who get laid off because my company is not really because my company is not good. They off people because they are not performing well. They can't make any sales, so they don't have enough capacity to keep the staffs.
Yeah.
So what they did is they have to close the company.
Right.
So I was one of the person who are affected. So I need to do some business, and that's why I think I need to show up. Do it online because I cannot do it offline because you know the schools are closed, the university are closed, the companies are closed. Everyone cannot go out, so I need to do it online. So that's why I decided to promote myself on Instagram first. So back then I don't really use TikTok, so I just use Instagram to promote my business. And luckily, after I do it for, if I'm not mistaken, for a few months, I did great and my business grew well. I sell some chocolates. So I'm not sure you are familiar with Choco Jar. So in Malaysia, we have a chocolate called Choco Jar. So I sell those Choco Jars to a lot of students. So they like to eat it while doing, while studying, right? So I sell to them. And it's doing well, and that's where I noticed that TikTok is rising. Yeah, and back that time, I am just an agent of that business. I don't own that business. So I need to do some what we call recruitments. I need new agents for me and dropships. So I did some recruitments, and I noticed that TikTok is doing well. So I go over there. And I market myself over there.
On TikTok.
Yes. And that's when I grow really fast. On TikTok. Comparing to my Instagram. You see, I have using Instagram, I think, for more than 10 years. In 2020. So I thought that my Instagram is doing good. I got, if I'm not mistaken, 7,000 followers.
That's pretty good.
Back then. But when I
Which year is this?
This was in 2020 or 2021.
Okay. And when did you start it?
Yeah, I started my TikTok on 2021.
Oh no,
my
Instagram.
In 2010.
2010. Okay, and 2021 you were around
7,000. Okay. So when I use TikTok, I managed to get 10,000 followers. Can you guess in how many days?
In days?
Yeah.
Are you really talking about days?
Days.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. If you're talking about days, a month, like 30 days?
No. In just 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks?
I got 10K.
Wow.
Followers. You know, that's crazy.
And this is all organic.
This is all organic. So that's when I say, wow, TikTok have a lot of potential. And so that's how I started actually. So I was promoting my business. So I share a lot of marketing tips and everything. And I actually do that to show that I have an authority as a person who did business. And that's how I get people interested with my business.
Okay.
All right. And then I recruit them for my business. So that's how I actually started. I'm not really starting to, when I first started, I don't really like promote my fashion or, you know, like those people that promotes a lot of fashion style, OOTD things, or even food reviews. So I don't really start that way.
Okay.
I started actually just to promote my business. But somehow people like to follow me. So that's how I started.
That's the algorithm of TikTok worked during 2021 time. Yeah, and then it really helped you, it pushed you and gave you the boost there.
And fun fact, in 2021, in Malaysia, actually, they don't really like TikTok.
Okay.
Because TikTok, back then in Malaysia, we thought that it's a place that people only dance.
Alright. It was.
They don't really think that you can do business over there. Or even you can educate people. Like, for example, you share tips or tutorials. They don't really think that TikTok can work that way. But somehow in US, they already started back early. Okay. So in Malaysia, we actually started late. And when I joined over there, so I don't really put any expectation. I just
Okay.
keep creating content,
Yeah.
and that's how it goes well. And yeah, that's how I started.
That's really amazing. All right. So you said that you started promoting your chocolate business on TikTok,
Yeah.
and you shifted from Instagram to TikTok.
Yeah.
What happened when you did the shift from Instagram? What happened to your Instagram?
Yeah. So in my Instagram, I actually noticed that okay, one of the things that I noticed in Instagram, they haven't have reels yet
Yeah. Okay. All right.
back then.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is why I think TikTok is doing well, because
Right.
people likes to watch short videos at the moment.
Yeah.
And TikTok is rising in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And what I did is actually I really left my Instagram post for a few months.
Okay.
I only focus on my TikTok because I noticed that if you want to grow on a platform, just focus on one platform.
Yeah.
So don't really try to grow on every platform.
Yeah.
So I just keep on posting on
Right.
my TikTok,
Yeah.
but on my Instagram, I update my stories.
Yeah.
So because back then TikTok don't have stories.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
they have some pro and cons. So Instagram don't have reels, but TikTok don't have
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
Okay. So I post stories over here on my achievements,
Yeah.
and on TikTok I post my videos. Content.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, my Instagram, I don't really update anything except my stories. So because I like I said, I like to grow one account at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you like? Obviously, when you go from 0 to 10,000
Yeah.
in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
when you say that, that's really amazing. Like, I mean, not everyone can achieve that organically.
Yeah.
What kind of content that you made? Like, I know that you was trying to sell your chocolate,
Mhm,
but what I'm trying to say is the quality of the content.
Mhm.
How did you know that making this kind of videos and like quality content?
Mhm.
Because you can make a lot of content, you can talk, like you can do a lot of things, but
Yep.
if it is not having the quality, people not gonna like it and
I
not gonna
agree.
follow you.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you made quality content. So what was the quality content? Can you share like what were the aspects of it?
I would say that when I started, it's not really good in quality. If you compare my contents now and back then, I
Okay.
think it's very poor. But I really believe that if you have just started, you need to focus on just keep being consistent,
Right.
and you just need to post whatever that you think it's good. That's of that,
Okay.
and you keep learning.
Yeah.
So what I did is I have a reference.
Yes.
So back then, when I started, I always find someone that I can refer
Right.
that is doing good content, and
Okay.
I'll just do the same format. For
Okay.
example, when I started, I don't really speak on the camera.
Yeah.
I only do what we call a pointing finger content. Have you watched some videos like just like that,
right.
okay, like this?
Yeah.
So I have a reference that actually doing that type of
Okay,
content,
right.
and it's quite performing well.
Yeah.
So I think, okay, I'll just do it this way.
Yeah.
And the videos that my reference is doing is like below than 20 seconds. It's very short,
Yes.
but insightful.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I'll just follow that person
Yeah.
using the same style, but using my own, what do you call, input.
Yeah.
Because I don't use the same input because he's doing something else. So I'm sharing on my input, which is marketing.
Yeah.
So I share like, how do you want to promote, how to improve your sales, how to increase. Just like I said, I'm trying to show to my audience, my authority
Yeah.
as, let's say, as a good agent, a business
A
agent.
business sales person.
Yeah, a business
a business
person.
development manager. Let's say.
Yeah. So people saw me good and they will ask me like, can I join this business? How to do this? So that's how I recruit them.
Yeah, because you were trying to create a trail for your business.
Yeah, so back then,
Okay,
because I'm trying to get some money.
right. Yeah.
So back then I was trying to get married.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm doing
that's
like,
the motivation.
yeah, that's my motivation. Even though it's just chocolate,
Yeah.
and so, but I have a strong belief that if you keep persistent and
Yes.
you did like the best that you can,
Yeah.
you can succeed. And I would say that this is just an additional things. I think I have made 5-figure sales just
Oh,
by selling
nice.
chocolates.
Oh, that's really impressive.
Yes, even my parents
Could not
cannot
believe.
believe it.
Yeah.
Because when I started,
Yeah.
they were like, what are you doing? Find some work, you know?
That's always the case. Like when you
Yes.
start something and people
Yes.
don't understand, they're always gonna push you
Yes.
back. There's hardly any support. But I hear when you're saying, telling me all these conversations, I hear a couple of times that you're saying, talking about consistent,
Yeah.
being consistent.
Yeah.
So how important is it? Let's discuss about how important is it, consistency.
Mhm.
How one can be consistent,
Mhm.
because I see a lot of people start posting
Mhm.
and then they don't get views and then they just drop it and they
Yeah.
leave. But when you get the views, like, like people want, if you can share some insights and
Yeah.
how to be keeping this motivation with you.
Yeah. All right. So basically, I like this one analogy.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have what you call a sail, if you're sailing
Yeah.
with what you call a ship, a sailing ship.
Oh yeah, you're sailing in a ship.
Yeah, you're sailing a ship. Okay. One of the things that you can't control
Yeah.
is the wind, right?
Yeah.
So you can't control the wind, but what you can control is how do you adjust your sail
Yeah.
to benefit the wind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is what happens in social media.
Yeah.
You can't adjust or control the algorithms,
Yes.
the views,
Yes.
the likes, the engagement. You can't control that.
Yeah.
But what you can control is how you create your content,
Yeah.
how you keep consistent.
Yeah.
So that's why what I did.
Yeah.
I don't really focus on the engagement or views at that point. I
Yeah.
just focus on how can I improve,
Yeah.
how can I keep on creating content
Okay.
so that I build more audience.
Yeah.
So that's my intention. Always remember that when you have just started, focus to improve,
Right.
not focusing to grow.
Yeah.
Just focus for you to improve. When you improve,
Yeah.
your audience will grow.
Right.
Yeah. So that is the mindset I have back then.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Very interesting. But did you had any moments where you're like, of course you started and you got like straight away 2 weeks, you got such a boost.
Yeah.
But were there any moments where you feel like, okay, it's not working out for me?
Mhm.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
They're usually there, even for
Yes.
big creators, this
Yeah.
kind of moments there. So if you can just share a moment.
Yeah. So actually, after I reached that 10,000,
Yeah.
I thought that I'm doing pretty well.
Mhm.
But after a few months,
Mhm.
I don't really progress well.
Yeah.
So I don't really grow that fast, like
Yeah.
it's 2 weeks and 10,000.
Yeah.
So what I did is I learned from my friend.
Okay.
So I had a friend that actually started earlier.
Okay.
So he was the person who actually suggested me to go on TikTok.
Right.
Because when I started, he have already maybe 50,000.
Okay.
So he's like way ahead from me.
Right. You're right.
Okay. But when I started, I don't really learn from him. I just follow like, okay, you just need to start. So I
you
just started.
Yeah.
Alright? And I get the results, but
Yeah.
somehow I get stagnant.
Yeah.
So what I did is, so he actually one of the first person who conducted TikTok class in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Okay, because back then, like I said, in Malaysia, we don't really
Yeah.
look on TikTok.
Yeah.
We are still on Facebook, Instagram. Okay, so he started by creating free classes. And
Okay.
I joined his class.
Right.
So what I'm trying to share is, if you get stuck, you need to find a mentor. You need to
Yes.
find someone that have results.
Exactly.
Yes, that's someone that actually has succeed in everything that you want to do.
Exactly.
Okay, don't find someone that don't really start yet,
Yeah.
and he will give you advices that he don't even do.
I mean, I 100% agree with what you're saying, because today in this video, what happened is I've been doing content for a while
Yeah.
and I do my setups myself.
Okay.
But today he came in and he set up my light, set up my camera. So, and I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. And that's the difference between when you can reach certain level with yourself, but when you really want to grow, you
Yeah.
need a mentor. And I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. And
But
thank you so much for-
this setup is not for free. Yeah.
yeah, have to have a heavy price to it. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what happened. Okay, so when I get stagnant, of course I was disappointed with myself. I
Yeah.
thought that being consistent is good enough.
Yeah.
So it's actually that you cannot just being consistent with the knowledge that you have. You need to add more knowledge, because your knowledge is limited, especially when you just started.
Yeah.
Okay, because you are doing like, you just simply do, probably you are doing it wrongly,
Yeah.
but you still have progress,
Yeah.
because when you did wrongly, you learn things that don't work.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is what is working.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need someone to share what is working.
Exactly. I mean, like, not only on social media, in being a social media influencer, but in any profession,
Yeah.
this is a very valid point. When you learn from the mentors,
Yes.
if you go to a job, you learn from the manager or someone who's already have experience. So,
Yes.
yeah, very well said.
Yes.
So how would you recommend? Give a strategy
Mhm.
that people can follow who wants to become an influencer.
Mhm.
If you can share a couple of strategies
Yeah, sure.
on the camera, that would be great.
Okay, so my strategy. So when I said, I still remember this one sentence. Okay, it's probably two sentences. Okay.
Go
So
for it.
when you started, focus on quantity.
Okay.
Okay. When you have started,
Yeah.
then when you have a lot of quantity,
Yes.
then you will focus on quality.
Quality.
Yeah. So my strategy is when I started, I
Yeah.
just focus on quantity.
Yeah.
So that is when I did it alone by myself.
Yeah.
And then I remember, okay, I need to improve.
Yeah.
So I find my friend to teach me. Okay. So that is when we go to quality.
Quality.
So first, always go for quantity.
See, by quantity you means put lot of contents.
A lot of contents and also being consistent. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
It's just not a lot, but being consistent is more important than creating a lot.
So when you
For
say,
example,
yeah.
if you create 10 video in a day,
Yeah.
but you don't show up anymore,
Exactly.
that is not going to work. But
Yeah.
you need to show up 10 days.
10 days.
By just posting one content per day, that's better.
Right. So
Yeah.
there is a lot of when I go on YouTube as a new YouTuber, I'm
Yeah.
trying to learn how many times should I be posting in a week or a month.
Yeah.
You know, I get so many biased, so many different videos. Some says post daily, some say don't post daily, some says post weekly.
Yeah.
So what would you say? How many times in a week or in a month and follow that stuff? What would you ask us to follow that?
Okay, for me, let's say if you're playing a game,
Yeah.
do you think that if you just started, you can just go to hard level? No, you need to start with like beginners level,
Yeah.
and then you go intermediate
Yeah.
and then pro, just like posting as well.
Yeah.
So if you're a beginner, I would say that for a week, maybe you should just at least post 3 contents.
For a week.
Yeah, for a week.
Yeah.
If you have
contents a
started.
week. Okay.
Yeah. When you get used to it, or if you have a lot of time later on, then you can start posting, for example, 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And then if you're getting better,
Yeah.
then you can do more than 5. So if you have just started, go for 3.
Mhm.
You are intermediate level. You have a lot of time. For example, you are not doing any work.
Yes.
You are doing this full time. So
Yeah.
you can post it 5 times per day.
Yeah.
Per week.
Per week.
Okay. And if you have more time, like if you create 5 contents, it's not challenging anymore for you.
Yeah.
So you can create more contents.
Right.
Or if you are being creative.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we are creative, we need to utilize it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So you just when you have that idea, just shoot it.
Yeah.
And then post it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's my suggestion. Right. So my strategy just now. So first focus on quantity,
Mhm.
and then you go for quality.
Quality.
By being quality, it means that if let's say when you are good enough,
Yeah.
you don't really want to post like
Yeah.
1 time per day.
Mhm.
You want to post like, let's say in a week, you just want to post once. But you just need to make sure that video is a good editing.
Yeah.
You construct the script well.
Yeah.
You use the great hooks. So you study well to create that video.
Yeah.
That is better. Back in Malaysia, we have a person and a great influencer named Khairul Amin.
Okay.
So he actually don't really post much on his social media.
Yeah.
But once a year, in 30 days for Ramadan, he will post 30 recipes
Oh, okay.
in Ramadan.
All right.
So that is when he really consistent, but in just 1 month.
It's just 1 month. Yeah.
But he took 1 year to prepare for that.
The whole thing. Oh.
Yes, but when he posted it, every video hits millions.
Is it the one who is very famous, came to New Zealand last
Yes.
time? Oh,
Yeah, that's the person.
follow
Okay.
him. Yeah.
So
right.
everyone in Malaysia likes him.
His name is Khairul
Amin.
Amin.
Yeah, we call it
Yeah.
K-A.
K-A.
Yeah, Khairul Amin, K-A.
K-A. Right.
Yeah, so
okay.
he's really good. And he's the person that I can say he's only focused on quality, not quantity anymore.
Yeah.
But back then, he posted like quite a lot
Quite a lot.
when he started.
Okay.
So that's why I said, okay, if you go to a certain level, then you go for quantity. Okay, so that's the first strategy.
Yeah.
The second strategy is like, you need to make sure that when you create videos, you need to know who is your audience.
Yeah.
So, most of people create random videos.
Yes.
So by being random means that sometimes you share about your personal life, sometimes you share about your car, sometimes you share about this. You don't really have specific topics. So people don't really remember you as someone who speaks about a topic. For example, for KA, he speaks a lot about food.
Okay.
So and his recipes. So people will remember him. Yes, people will remember him as someone who is a good cook.
Yes.
So we don't say that he's a car expert, a drifter. No, we don't really reference to that.
Yeah.
So I noticed that anyone that grows well, they have a topic.
Yes.
People can remember them as someone, they can describe them well. Oh, this person he always talks about inspiration, blah, blah, blah. This person is a good in business, blah, blah.
Right.
They don't really have a lot of things here and there. Okay, so that's why I think if you want to start, my second strategy is like you need to know your audience.
Yeah.
And also, what are you passionate talking about without feeling what they call boring. You're not bored talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to be bored when you're doing something.
Yeah, so if you're bored talking about it, then don't do that. Don't share that topic. For example, there's someone like wants to share about this topic because it's trending. For example, he wants to share about parenting because right now people are constantly sharing about parenting.
Yeah.
But he don't really enjoy sharing it.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to post for 7 days and then
and then
give up.
Give up. Yeah.
So just find something that you're passionate when you're talking about it.
Yeah.
You like it, so you're going to study it.
Yeah.
And you need to know what is your audience, what do your audience really wants to know about this topic. For example, in my TikTok, I focus on content strategies.
Yeah.
How to grow on TikTok, how to create good videos, how to do transitions. Everything is related to content.
Right.
Even my life, I don't simply do live while I'm eating again. No. When I do live, I always share some valuable tips for my audience to improve their content or life or whatever.
Where does this thing come from inside you, that sharing the knowledge with people? It's basically what you do is sharing the knowledge with people, helping people out.
Yeah.
Right? So where did it come from?
Actually, first of all, when I learned from my friend, okay, and I like the topics that he is teaching because I like teaching.
Yeah.
My mom is actually a teacher.
Yeah.
So I think the DNA runs in my blood.
Right.
So I really likes to teach people.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I don't want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a teacher in school.
Boring teacher.
Yeah, I don't want to be a teacher in school, but I want to teach something. Yeah. Okay. So when I did my business, I noticed a lot of people asking me, how did I get a lot of views? How did I create this video? They always ask, how did I make that video?
Yes.
How did I grow well?
Yeah.
Okay. And I simply share what I did.
Yeah.
And that is when I think, I like to share about this.
Yeah.
How did I grow?
Yeah.
How I manage my social media so that I get a lot of sales and everything. How do I did recruitment? Yeah. So those are the topics, and so that's when my friend, he like, okay, how about you join me and teach others in his company? Right. And that's when I think, all right, now this is a topic that I'm going to focus on. Okay. So that's how it started because of the audience. The audience likes about this. Yeah. So back from teaching about business tips, I changed into social media tips. Yeah. Right. So basically, what happened is, I am following what my audience like it. Yeah. And I also have passion in it.
That's pretty good.
So first thing first, you probably can ask your friend or anyone, your followers, what do they actually like about you? What do they actually interested on your content? What do they like? And maybe if that's what you're passionate about, talk about it. Okay. Yeah. For example, like maybe you are posting good pictures. Yeah. Then there's a lot of people asking you how to take good pictures. And if you are passionate about it, then let's talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So that you can create that as a topic and be a master of it. Oh. And by being master, it doesn't mean that you need to be an expert. Yeah. You just need to know something better than someone. Yeah. You don't need to be the best. Yeah. You just need to better than someone. Because the audience, there's always someone who don't know what we are sharing. Sometimes we think that, people might already know this. Like, have you ever been like that?
This is like someone told me when I was doing a business meeting. Yeah. Someone told me like when there is a product in the market, irrespective of what the product is, there's always a demand for that product. Yep. It's the demand is created because that product is there. Yes. And there will be someone in the world who wants it.
Yes. Yeah. So you need to create the demand, right?
Yeah, you need to create the demand.
Yes. So whenever I thought that, okay, maybe someone already posted about this, everyone should have known about it. But you need to know that not everyone will. Okay, well, when you talk about knowledge, there are things that we know what we know. Yeah. and we know what we don't know.
Yeah.
But there's also things that we don't know
Yeah.
what we know,
Exactly.
and we don't know what we don't know.
That's you're lost. I'm lost. Yeah, but that's a good one.
Have you ever been in a situation whereby someone said something and you're like, I have never thought about this.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is what we call, we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because when somebody tell you something,
Yeah.
so now you know things that you actually don't know.
Actually, yeah.
Yes.
On that point.
Yeah. So that's what happening. When you share something,
Yeah.
sometimes people don't even think of it.
Exactly.
And then they thought, so
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is how
This is
people
how
do
it
it.
is.
So
Yeah,
this is-
yeah.
So that gets people excited. So yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So there are so many social medias, like we got, as you're famous on TikTok. Yeah, he's got 183.
184.
184, yeah, don't get it wrong, mate. 184K followers, and he's doing really well. Now, apart from TikTok, there is Instagram, there is YouTube, and there is so many other platforms.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you recommend people? Which platform would you recommend? Yeah.
Okay, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Actually, there's someone have asked me this question,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say that you need to first choose your preference,
Yes.
and also where will your audience be.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, if you like to write,
Yeah.
don't go for TikTok.
Yeah.
But go for Twitter,
Yeah.
or Facebook,
Yeah.
LinkedIn, those places, social media that actually you can write a lot.
Yeah.
Because people on that platform likes to read.
Yeah.
And now we have threads.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And I grow quite fast in threads
Yeah.
because right now I like to write instead
Okay.
of creating videos.
Right.
And I noticed that when I do writings,
Yes.
those scripts I can create videos.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Very
so
interesting.
I grow my Twitter
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, in a year.
And how much?
And now I have 11,000 or 12,000
11,000.
followers. Yeah,
Wow.
in a year. So because what I did is actually I took my video,
Yeah.
I create a script, and I did it in writing.
And drawing, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think. If you prefer to write, go for Twitter, Threads, or Facebook. But if you like to create videos,
Yeah.
then you'll choose Instagram or TikTok
Mhm.
or Shorts, YouTube Shorts.
YouTube
Okay,
Shorts.
YouTube
Yeah,
or
YouTube,
YouTube.
yeah.
Yeah. So first you choose your preference. Okay.
Yeah.
And second one is you need to know where your audience will be.
Yeah.
For example, if you want to speak to older people,
Yes.
they are probably in Facebook.
Yeah.
There's a lot of more people on
Yeah.
Facebook. Okay. But if you think that you want to speak with more
The new generation.
new generations, then TikTok, Instagram is their platform.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to know where your audience will
What
be.
about YouTube? What do you think about YouTube?
I think YouTube is doing really well.
Yeah.
I'm going to I'm getting into YouTube later on
Okay.
because I think YouTube have a lot of potential and I like how you can monetize from that platform. Yeah, from views,
Yeah.
right? Pay per view. I think that is cool.
Oh, there is sponsorship. There is
Yes, comparing to
yeah.
TikTok, you don't get pay per view.
Yeah,
If you get 10 millions of views,
Yeah.
you get nothing from that.
Oh, really? So how is the payment structure like? How does it work?
Basically, it's more on gifts.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
people give gifts, right?
Right,
So you
right.
get that, and also TikTok Shop.
Okay.
So you do e-commerce videos.
affiliate marketing.
Yeah, affiliate marketing,
Right.
and then you get payment. So
Right.
that's how people monetize. And one of the way is also paid reviews.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got a lot of paid reviews.
What is paid reviews?
For example, people pay you to create video
Oh,
to
right.
talk
Oh,
about their
yeah.
product or service.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
for example, I have I once posted a video about a bank.
Yeah.
So the banks want me to promote one of their online how to renew their cards online. So I need to create a video.
Okay,
So they pay us for that video. So that's got paid review.
And would you like to explain everyone what is? Most of the people know what is affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
but if you could just explain, that would be great.
Okay, so I think affiliate marketing is just about it's better comparing for you to start a business.
Okay.
I think affiliate is performing well in Malaysia
Yeah.
and I think around the world
Yeah.
because it's the best way to start. You don't need to have any capital,
Yeah.
especially on TikTok. You can simply promote any products
Yeah.
without actually buying the products. It's as long as you have the product in your
Yeah,
house.
yeah,
For example, I have this watch.
Yeah.
I already have it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to buy and promote it. I just share, alright, I have been using this, then I'll use the link
Yes.
for people to buy it. Okay,
Okay.
so I think the best the best business right now, if you want to start creating side income,
Yeah.
affiliate is one of it. Because it's zero capital, you can start.
Yeah.
And also, you don't need to post any products.
Yeah.
You don't need to manage any products.
Okay.
So back then when I sell chocolates, the stocks I need to put in my house.
Yeah.
So my house is like almost the same as the store. So it's very hectic.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
But as an affiliate, your task is just do marketing.
Yeah.
Create videos.
Yeah.
So when people click the links, the seller will post it
Yeah.
to the customers.
Right.
So and even the customer service, you don't need to do anything.
Exactly.
So your task is only promote. If people buy, that's good. If you don't buy, you create another video.
Right.
Yeah.
If you have listened to what he's saying,
Yeah.
affiliate marketing is really good strategy to do some side
Side
business
income.
if you have some social media influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, pretty good experience that you have shared with all the viewers and with me, and
Yeah.
it's really gonna help me and the viewers to, boost our motivation to keep going on social media.
Anyway, what do you think about TikTok?
For me, I
Since
think,
you are a YouTuber, right?
yeah, I'm,
So what
I'm
do you
kind of
think
a
of TikTok?
YouTube. Yeah, I started, so I'll be very honest. I was working, it's 2020, I think, and I was using TikTok,
Mhm.
and I was like, I was doing the same thing that everyone was doing, and all my free time, I would just make those, like those transition videos.
Okay.
I like the transition videos,
Okay.
like all those cool videos, like suddenly you move your hands and the video turns around.
Right.
So that was cool, but I was not so good, but I tried, and I got some, not too much, like 300, 200 something,
Okay.
and then I just left, like I got busy in my life. I grew into as an accommodation manager, front office manager, and it's a huge responsibility.
Mhm.
Then I got married. Had to spend money overseas. Of
So
course, I got.
during that period, you don't even
No, I
open the
I
TikTok.
couldn't even open it. Like I was so busy in my life, because I had to go get married in Malaysia.
Yeah.
My wife is Malaysian as well.
Okay.
So it was quite difficult to do anything else. So I just left it. Now I have 2 kids. Quite settled. I'm a building facilities manager, a very stable job, and pretty settled. We got a house as well. So I thought, like, okay, this is the time I need to do something. But I always believe in giving back to the community and adding value to whatever I'm doing. So that's why I started doing podcasts and making some educational videos.
Yeah.
So I'm also making videos on how to find a job in New Zealand, because I know that a lot of Malaysians come from Malaysia
Mhm.
and they want to look for a job in New Zealand, and it's quite difficult because the way we look at finding a job in Asian countries, especially Malaysia, India, all these countries, is a completely different process that we follow over here. We don't look into your education too much. We don't look into your big CVs. We look into mainly short things,
Okay.
like how do you speak, how confident you are you
Mhm.
reliable, are you going to show up, those kind of things.
More
So
on communication.
Yeah, more on communication is the main thing, and how you present yourself, and are you on time, those kind of things, and you'll get the job.
I guess.
So it's I'm making series on that as
So
well.
you create it on TikTok.
Video. No, I'm doing everything I do is on YouTube, because I'm like, I don't know, like it's so hard for me to do a
Yeah.
lot of content because of my short time.
Yeah.
I don't have much of time, so I do like long videos, and then I go like, it's a website. I took a
Okay.
subscription for it,
Yeah.
and just put the long form videos in there, and give
So
me
you
like
click-
10, 20 clips that I can just post on YouTube, and
I see.
from that, so that's how it distributes it. I mean, I can use those on TikTok as well.
Yeah.
And at some point of time, I'm looking to like go on TikTok as well, and I'm trying to create a team. So now I have a team who does thumbnail editing back in India.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got, and then I'm looking for an editor back in India. Found a couple of them, but they were not up to my standards. So I'm still doing it myself.
Okay.
So yes, as you said, TikTok, yes, I plan to go on TikTok, and one day definitely I'll start.
It's
putting
okay.
online
It's okay.
videos.
Like I said, I'm planning on YouTube as well.
And then I'll plan to go on TikTok. But then TikTok, because TikTok got banned in India, and then it was banned for one day in US.
Okay.
So when I look at TikTok, it's like
I think
yeah, but then when I learned from you,
Yeah.
and then it was like, no, it's not like that. Like like look at you. You are from Malaysia. You do TikTok full time, and then you came to New Zealand for a trip. So no, there is a value to it, and definitely
Yes.
that makes me believe and trust in TikTok. And there's one platform that I'm gonna be looking to go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm waiting for it. I'm going to follow you.
You're gonna follow me?
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm
okay.
going to
He's
follow
gonna
you.
I'm gonna have a follower who's got already 184k followers, and that's it. He follows me. I don't need anyone.
I will tell my followers to follow you.
Oh, that's good. Ask them to follow.
Yeah, as long as you create videos for Malaysians, how to find work in New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly. Because as I said, that I'm trying to make videos for Malaysians.
Yeah.
Because Malaysia got open work visa to New Zealand.
Awesome. I recently watched it in the Malaysian news.
Yeah.
It has just updated.
Yes. A lot of people don't know. And if someone knows, they don't know the value of it. Because being an Indian, if we want to come here, we spend lakhs, like we say lakhs, millions to come here to study, to spend, like you have to live, pay the tuition fees, you have to pay living expenses and all the visa process. But for Malaysians, you just get a public holiday, like working holiday visa, and you come here for 1 year, and then you work, find a job, and you can be you can get a visa for, like, you can be a resident, you can get a work visa, you can convert it.
So it's not easy for Malaysia, right?
Yeah. So I want to help them on to understand, because my wife's brothers and sisters, they're still young, and I always tell them, like, you have the opportunity, the biggest opportunity, go for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Looking forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I was
Welcome to TikTok.
Thank you. I'm officially on TikTok now.
You need to post, but
Yes. All right. So you are, apart from this, all the journey of TikTok and YouTube and sharing your experience.
Yes.
Now let's go on to the topic where why you came here to New Zealand.
Okay. So basically, I have been watching Karamin videos.
Oh,
before.
yeah.
He made a series of videos. He went to New Zealand. Okay. So that's when I have a really huge guts that I need to get there, because it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Based on his videos, he showcased New Zealand in a really good way.
Yeah.
Right. So I always imagine that, okay, one fine day I'm going to be here. So that post, if I'm not mistaken, is like last year. Okay. And my mom is actually living here.
Yes.
But I always give some excuses to come. Most of it is just more on money.
Yeah.
Because it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
But when I watch his videos, and I think that, okay, I have my mom over here, and I've watched his videos as well. I think this is the time that I should come. Okay. So my mom asked me, when will I come to the place, and I promised him, okay, this year.
Yeah.
So that was last year. I said next year. Okay, I will come. I will definitely come. And then he keeps on asking. She keeps on asking, when are you going to buy tickets? Have you buy tickets? Okay, so I just buy the tickets. Okay, so that's what happened. It's basically, I promised my mom that I'm coming, and also I watched these videos, and that's what makes me come here. And when I came here, when I was arriving in my plane, okay, so we're just about to land. Yeah. And I watched a very beautiful scenery over there. It's like I'm in a drone, right?
Exactly.
It's like a drone watching.
Yeah.
It's super beautiful. And that's when I think, okay, I made the right decision to come here.
Definitely. And when you're visiting to South Island, I know that you're going to South Island. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. When you're driving through those valleys, I'm not sure which, are you going to Christchurch?
Yeah. I'm going to Christchurch, and then I'm going to Queenstown. Yeah. And hopefully I'll get a camper van.
Yeah, if you drive from Christchurch to Queenstown, if you pass through the Arthur Pass, that's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. That's really beautiful.
I'm definitely going to record the whole journey.
Yeah. So if you want to see his journey on New Zealand, please follow him on his social media, TikTok. And you can watch the entire journey. He's gonna definitely film it very beautifully.
Yeah, sure. Hopefully. Yeah. I did record a lot of things, and my phone have been telling me the storage is full like a few times already. And every time he says that, I'll just delete my old videos. Yeah, exactly. I'll keep on recording it.
That's the problem with the influencers, Their phone memory is always full.
I would say that in most of events, it's always full. Yeah. Because we tend to record a lot of angles, a lot of footage, even though we won't use it all. It's just that when we have it a lot, we have a lot of what we call choices, options, which shots we are going to use.
So one thing very unique so far
In New Zealand.
In New Zealand that you found?
I would say the uniqueness of New Zealand is probably the weather.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about the weather first.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think the weather is good. Even though it's summer,
Yeah.
I would say that it's cooler compared to Malaysia.
Yes.
Back in Malaysia, when it's what do you call afternoon,
Yes.
right? It's scorching hot.
Yes.
I don't even think that I can walk during afternoon.
Yes.
Especially for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I can just walk for 5 minutes
Yeah.
and then it's super hot.
Yeah.
But in here, I have walked. I even walked in the park.
Yes.
I went to the park. Okay, in the afternoon, it's like
Yeah.
around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hot.
Yeah.
But it's quite windy.
Yeah, because it's a bit because of the wind. And
Yeah, yeah.
Even though it's hot, because we have so much of trees and
Yes.
the
So-
way New Zealand preserve the land.
Yeah, I am one of the person that is really easy to get
Yeah.
sweat. Alright, so in Malaysia, when I went to go out,
Yeah.
even walking to my car
Yeah.
makes me sweaty. Okay,
Same, bro.
it's
Same.
super hot. But in here, I'm walking like 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
I don't even sweat.
Yeah.
It's hot, but it's not really hot like Malaysia.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things that I like is the weather. And then the second thing, if you would say the uniqueness, I would say the traffic.
Traffic.
It's quite slow here. Yeah. So it's
Anyone can drive here.
yeah, no, the what do you call in Malaysia, if it's in highway or
Yeah.
we call it motorway, right?
Motorway, yeah.
They will like 140, 160
Yeah. Yeah.
on the highway.
Yeah.
But over here, everyone is driving at 100.
Yeah.
The speed limit, right?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Exactly.
wow, what a slow pace over here. You feel quite safe.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
even though it's slow, but as I am with my baby, I
Yeah.
feel it's quite safe.
Yeah, New Zealand is very big on health and safety, and
Yeah.
they take it very strictly.
Yeah.
And
So-
which is good for the families.
Yeah, but I am quite disappointed when I want to reach anywhere. It's always more than the time, the time estimated. Right? For example, it's 10 minutes. I will arrive in 12 minutes
12 minutes, yeah.
because of the pace. It's very slow.
Exactly.
Back in Malaysia, we always cut the timing.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we can
Drive
speed.
fast.
We drive
Yeah.
quite fast
Yeah.
over there. Right. So
Yeah.
I think that's one of the uniqueness over here. It's
What
slow.
about the finding Malaysian food? Have you tried any Malaysian food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow Malaysian, we have a lot of what you call varieties of foods.
Yes.
Even in Malaysia, we have what we call a lot of countries' foods.
Yes. Yeah.
For instance, we want Japanese food,
Yeah.
we have Korean food,
Yes.
or even Italian food.
Yeah.
Everything is over
Yes.
there,
Yeah.
and it's halal over there.
Yeah.
But it's in here, it's quite difficult for me to find
Yes.
halal foods. So it's quite challenging.
Yeah.
So what we always do is we will try to find Malaysian cuisine
Yes.
first, because Malaysian cuisine, most of it is halal. Okay. So we found some Uncle Mans.
Uncle Mans, yeah,
Yes, that's right.
as well.
Yeah, Uncle Mans. There are some that we went to, and I think this is quite good.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar back in Malaysia,
Yeah.
and I like how people can come by over here and taste what is the Malaysian cuisine. But of course, the original one is better.
Exactly,
They need to come to Malaysia and taste the real one.
Yeah.
Especially nasi lemak in
Yeah.
Malaysia.
Yeah,
They need to try.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are very few restaurants like this on the Dominion Road.
Mm.
Dominion Road is basically called New Zealand Food Hub.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like all the type of restaurants are there on Dominion Road, all the Asian
nice.
food, every single thing. So we have on Dominion Road we have Makassar and Raus. Those are two
Oh.
Indonesian restaurants.
Ah.
Yeah, if you have time, definitely try this out. Good food, and it's all halal, and it's in Auckland. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll try it.
Yeah,
I'll give it a
yeah.
try.
and yeah. So apart from your experience in New Zealand,
Mhm.
if you can see in the camera and
Yeah.
share it with my viewers, how was your experience in this interview?
Yeah.
And if you could ask them to also subscribe to my channel as
Yeah.
well.
Sure.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Alright. So this is quite a pleasant interview. I think one of the most unique interview I have ever went. I've went to a lot of podcasts before, but that was in my country. So this is one of my international sessions. I feel so honored it feels like I'm a superstar coming over
Oh,
here.
you are a superstar.
I know,
And I
just
was
kidding.
so nervous to do this interview.
So this is good. Fayaz is really helpful, and he makes me comfortable to share the story. So everyone out here who is watching, thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. I think his channel is really great. He's doing a lot of good videos, and he's trying to give a lot of values, especially for those who are trying to migrate in New Zealand and experience a lot of things or even get works over here. All right. So stay tuned in with his channel and make sure to subscribe.
Yes. And also, if you could just share last time is a one piece of advice
Yeah.
for everyone who wants to grow as a social media influencer.
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so one of my advice, if you are going to become an influencer or a social media person, if you want to grow on social media, one of the things that you must remember that every followers that you get, you need to appreciate and value them. All right. Even though you just get 100 followers or subscribers, always value your audience, your followers. Okay. Appreciate them, because if you don't appreciate those little ones, you won't appreciate when you get bigger. All right. So always remember those who have with you when you just started. So yeah, that's one of my advice.
Durian or is there anything else? This is just a casual talk.
I would say, you mean fruits?
Yeah.
Fruits, I would say I don't really have any favorite
Yeah.
fruit, because my wife likes fruits. I don't really.
You don't like fruits?
Yeah, I don't really. For example, I will eat fruits, but I don't really buy fruits.
Oh, okay.
My wife is always the one.
Right. Which
Okay.
fruit would you
But
eat?
if I need to choose,
Yeah.
I would say mango.
Mango.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like
All right.
mango because it's sweet, and
Yeah.
also it got some sour, a little bit of sour.
Yeah.
But if they have the durian season,
Yeah.
I would definitely go for
Oh,
durian.
durian. And
Even though
I'm a durian person too.
I don't know why people say it's stinky.
Oh, no, I love it. I love it.
I'm not sure why, but
Yeah.
I like the smell.
Yeah.
I like the taste.
Yeah.
It's just that it's a season one,
Yeah.
so it's quite difficult to get it if
Yeah.
it's out of season.
Right. And one very famous Malaysian dish.
Of course, nasi lemak.
Nasi
Okay.
lemak.
Nasi lemak is definitely our signature food,
Right.
So I will always promote nasi lemak because one of it, I think it's quite a balanced
Yeah.
food. You
Yeah.
have sambal, you have peas,
Yeah.
also you have cucumber,
Yeah.
have some maybe eggs,
Yeah.
and what do you
Quite a
call it?
diverse
Rice. What?
coconut rice.
Coconut rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's quite a good diet. It's
Yeah.
just that if you eat it a lot, it's not good for you.
If you're visiting Malaysia,
Yeah.
what would be the right time to visit with? As a tourist, if a New Zealander wants to go to Malaysia,
Okay.
how would you promote
I would
Malaysia?
say I would recommend to avoid early year and
Yeah.
also end of the year.
Yeah.
Because that is when the monsoon is happening.
Okay.
So they rain quite a lot.
Yeah.
So you don't really want to enjoy during rain,
Yeah.
right? So you don't want to go around raining.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would be a waste if you fashion yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But so I would say that just avoid around January to February.
Yeah.
And also let's say November, December
Okay.
end of the year, and also early the year. So if it's in between, that should be fine. Because
Okay.
Malaysia, we don't have 4 seasons.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it's always hot
yeah.
or raining. Yeah. So just avoid during raining.
Right.
But during hot, make sure you wear your sunscreen
The sunscreen. Yeah.
and also make sure you
Cover
brought yourself an umbrella because
right.
it's really hot.
Yeah, yeah.
I myself, if I travel, I will always bring a portable fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I did that as well.
I must
I
bring-
had to go and buy one.
Even though I don't look like a macho man, but it's hot, super
Yeah.
hot, especially in places like Malacca.
Yeah, yeah.
You have been to Malacca?
No, I haven't. I want to.
Malacca it's a good tourist place, but it's super hot. Okay, so
Some tourist places in Malaysia.
tourist places.
Yeah.
If I would say this might be something that is controversial,
Yeah.
but I won't recommend people to go to KL actually,
Okay. Yeah.
because KL you don't really see Malaysian over there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of tourists went
Yeah.
to KL, for example, they walk by and those places.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of foreigners in some
Yes.
Malaysians.
Yeah.
So they thought these are Malaysians.
Yeah.
And they don't really represent Malaysia.
Yeah.
So if I may recommend, if you want to go to visit Malaysia, don't go to KL, but go to so what do you call it, regions like Johor, Kelantan, Terengganu, those places that have cultural,
Yeah.
or even Sabah, Sarawak.
Georgetown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even Penang, so Sabah, Sarawak also.
Yeah.
Good. So try to find places that have cultural activities.
Yeah.
So that would be my recommendation. There's no specific place,
Yeah.
but look for cultural activities. I
Yeah.
think that will be a good place for you. Will see a lot of Malaysian over there,
Yeah.
and also you enjoy the cultural.
I know one thing, that there is a world music festival that happens
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
in Sarawak.
Yeah.
That's pretty unique. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty good.
do go to, especially
Yeah.
Sabah and Sarawak. The cultural activities is really a lot.
Yeah.
Even I enjoy going to Sabah. As my Malaysian myself,
Yeah.
I would like to go Sabah a lot of times,
Yeah.
even Sarawak,
Yeah.
because they have plenty of tourist sites. Even though as Malaysian myself, I do enjoy going
Yeah.
over there.
And the last thing, what would you like to say about how Malaysian people are?
I would say Malaysian people is really understanding
Mhm.
and also helpful.
Yeah.
Malaysian, we don't really, what do we call it? Malaysia is like those person who always look on each other,
Yes.
and we also Malaysian, we treat people like brothers and sisters. So don't be weird if
Yeah.
you call abang,
Yeah.
akak.
Yeah.
So abang and kakak is like brother and sister.
Yes.
So we call bang, kak.
Yeah.
So we always do that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we constantly treat people like families.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like for some foreigners, they're being weird, right?
Yeah.
So they always call people like sir,
Yeah.
madam. So
Yeah.
we don't really use any, what do you call,
Like, no, you don't use
formal salutation.
mate or
Yeah,
buddy or
we don't use formal salutation.
Yeah.
We always call them like abang, akak,
yeah,
makcik. Makcik is like auntie.
auntie.
So we are calling people just like family. So I think that is what Malaysian is all about. We are kind-hearted. We are very friendly and also very helpful.
Mhm.
We always take care of each other. There's no one single word to explain about Malaysian.
yeah.
Malaysian
Absolutely.
is really awesome. But of course, there's a lot of Malaysian that doesn't really represent Malaysia well.
Yeah.
So I think that happens to a lot of countries
That's
as well.
always. That's always.
There's always
Yeah.
someone that represents bad about the country, right?
Exactly,
So
yeah.
don't really put that person doesn't speak for majority.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to meet a lot of people, then you will know what Malaysian truly are.
Okay. Yeah. That's amazing. Well said. Thank you
Yeah,
so
when you
much.
visit Malaysia, make sure you call me, okay?
Oh, definitely. And when you next time coming to New Zealand, I'm always here for you. You
Alright.
don't really have to worry about staying anywhere else. Just come and stay.
I get a free stay, huh?
Oh, yeah, no.
Also, I hope I get free tickets as well.
One day, if I get that if you help me to blast my YouTube and I got like 100,000
100,000 subscribers, I wish.
I'll get you
Hopefully.
the tickets.
Hopefully, let's say
Alright.
in 2028, he will have 100,000 subscribers.
Alright, okay, let's see that and then I'll give him the tickets to I'll get you the tickets to New Zealand.
That's the promise, huh?
Yeah, of course, okay.
Awesome. Alright, nice,
Alright.
nice.
Awesome. Okay, see you guys in the next time in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.